Hello students, I am Alpa Rupala, Assistant Professor from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology, Computer Department. Welcome to the lecture series of Mobile Computing and Wireless Communication. Unit number 2, subtopic Cellular Wireless Network. Topics to be covered in this lecture: 1G technology, 2G technology, 2.5G technology, then after 3G technology, 4G technology, and difference between 1G, 2G, 2.5G, 3G and 4G. Okay, in your curriculum you are having till 3G only, but we will discuss 4G and as well as 5G also for your knowledge purpose. So first of all we are seeing about the 1G. Already told you, before 1G there was 0G in which there was no cellular network. Afterwards 1G we were having the cellular network. Okay, what is cellular network and all that we have just learned about it. So in 1979, NTT, that is Nippon Telegraph and Telephone, created the first analog cellular phone in Tokyo, Japan. Okay. Then after, another company named as NMT, Nordic Mobile Telephone, worked on the first generation of mobile phone. Then after, in 1982, AMPS, Advanced Mobile Phone System, also done research at Bell Labs. Okay. So this whole fundamental is what each and every country was trying for the first generation by their own self. Okay, they were having their own 1G cellular network and their city will be connected by their own network only. But the first commerce of the 1G technology was being done by US in 1980s. So what was the basic characteristic of the 1G? The speed was up to 2.4 kbps only. We were only using on analog data for data being transferred. The signal quality was very poor. Okay, then after we were having the large phone with the limited battery life. Okay, there was the no data security. Anyone could be hacked your phone call, voice talk. So this whole was about the 1G technology. Then after we move forward to the 2G technology, the 2G technology was launched in Finland in 1991. The first technology that was GSM. Now GSM stands for Global System for Mobile Communication. As I have told you earlier that each and every country was depending on their own technology. If we want to go to some another city or another country, then the technology was different. Okay, so the problem was that if I am at US right now and if I am going to Russia, then I cannot communicate to my US peoples. Okay, I cannot communicate my US people. So what this country decided that now we can collaborate each and our technology into a next generation, and then they developed one global communication network known as the Global System for Mobile Communication, GSM technology. And even though currently we are using the GSM technology as a base part. So the digital data was also introduced in the second generation. We were having the transfer of analog as well as the digital data. Then the data speed was up to 64 kbps. That was much more than your 1G. Okay, then after text and multimedia messaging was possible in 2G because we were transferring digital data also. Okay, battery life and size of your mobile phone was reduced, but battery life was increased than your 1G. Then the particular configuration of whole network was very much of difficult in 2G technology, but that was the one time only. Okay, once this particular network is being established, then maintenance is only there. Security was increased. In 2.5G, there was the introduction of the GPRS, that was General Packet Radio Service. Okay, in which This technology was basically for digital data transfer. Now GSM will only have the command on the voice data transfer. Okay, after the 2.5G, the GPRS was introduced. The whole digital data transfer was the responsibility of GPRS only. Okay, all the web browsing fundamental was by the GPRS technology, and even though currently we are using the GPRS technology as a base fundamental. So then after the 3G technology was introduced, the 3G technology was having different technologies in it. IMT 2000, International Mobile Telephone, then WCDMA, TD, SCDMA, and UMTS. Some of the characteristics: now up to 2 Mbps data can be transferred. There was the high speed. Now you can call, video conferencing was there, multimedia emails was there, many much of video streaming was there, okay, with high quality and high data transfer rate. 3D gaming was introduced. But what was the disadvantage? The disadvantage was there was the mobile phone which were very expensive. Okay, the battery life was reduced. Higher infrastructure costs like licensing fees and mobile towers, because you also know that after 3G was introduced, we were having only 1G or 2G kind of data for 300 or 400 rupees. Okay, the cost was very high at that time. So when 4G was introduced, we all know the technology of 4G, that is LTE. Okay, long-term evolution. We are using right now VoLTE. Okay, voice over the LTE. When you are calling, all your data is being transferred on 4G network. Most of all people are using right now 4G network. Speed can be up to 1 gigabits per second. All the facilities which were introduced in 3G, all that facilities are in 4G with much more higher data level. Okay, high definition TV, cloud computing, IP technology, all the fundamentals. Now we are seeing the most important topic. Multiple times this question are being asked. Difference between 1G, 2G, 2.5G, 3G and 4G. In your curriculum, you are having only till 3G. But we are just seeing 4G for the knowledge purpose. So here it is the year of introduction. Okay, but this is actually the year of actual commerce of this technology to world. Like 1G technology was developed first in 1979, but it was in the commercial way at 1980. Same as 2G was in 1993, 2.5G was in 1997, 3G was in 2001 and 4G was in 2009. The area or location where the first commerce, 1G was first commerce at USA, 2G was at Finland, 2.5G was at Finland, 3G was at Japan and 4G was at South Korea. So here are the technologies which were being used in each and every technology generation. The technology which we will learn in detail is GSM, okay, GPRS, WiMAX, Wi-Fi. Okay, we will also learn CDMA technology. Okay, now maybe I'm having one example. Suppose your tower is having right now you are using 4G, okay, but if you are having lower number of data rate where your tower is not at that much of strength, then sometimes you are being forwarded to EDGE network, okay, and if this tower is somewhat of good amount of, then you are forwarding it to HSCSD network. Sometimes you are having at your tower E, H, H plus. This all fundamentally is due to this technology occurrence. Okay. Next, in this we are using in 1G circuit switching. I have told you earlier in analog transmission we were using circuit switching. In 2G, we were using circuit switching for voice and packet switching for data. From 2.5G onwards, we are using packet switching as a base switching technique. Now next one is multiple access. In 1G, we were using FDMA. In 2G, we were using TDMA and CDMA. In 2.5G, we were using TDMA and CDMA. In 3G, we are using CDMA. In 4G, we are using CDMA. The data rates as shown, maximum data rate could be occupied was 2.4 kbps in 2G, 14.4 kbps in 2.5G, up to 40 kbps for voice and 171.2 kbps for digital data. In 3G, 3.1 mbps and in 4G up to 100 mbps. Okay, for 1G they could support only voice data. For 2G, data, voice and SMS was there. In 2.5G, data, voice, SMS and MMS was there. In 3G, all the fundamental of data and voice, and in 4G, all the fundamental of data and voice. In 1G, there was no internet. In 2G, there was internet but with narrow band. In 2.5G also, there was internet with narrow band. From 3G onwards, we were having the broadband, and in 4G, we are having the ultra broadband. Now, what is this broadband connection? We will learn this topic in spread spectrum technique in very much of detail. Now handoff, we will learn about the handoff, that what is the horizontal and vertical handoff in detail in GSM topic. Okay, 1G, 2G and 2.5G up to here we were using only horizontal handoff, but afterwards 3G we are using horizontal and vertical handoff. So now the frequency, there are two kind of frequencies, operating frequency and carrier frequency. I have already told you about that modulation. Modulation means we are converting data into one form to another form, right? So we are converting the analog data into analog signal or digital signal, and digital data onto analog signal or digital signal. So the operating frequency means we are at what rate we are converting our data into a signal. Okay, operating frequency means at what rate we are converting our data into a signal. In 1G at 800 megahertz, in 2G at 1900 to 1800 megahertz, and in CDMA 800 megahertz. In 2.5G 850 to 1900 megahertz. From 3G to 100 megahertz, and in 4G 850 to 1800 megahertz. These all are the operating frequencies. Okay, but if we talk about the transmission channel, then the transmission channel is having some frequency, is known as carrier frequency. Okay, the carrier frequency is what? The transmission channel frequency. We are not talking about operating frequency. Operating frequency means at what rate your data is being represented into a signal. But carrier frequency means at what rate your data is being transferred on your transmission channel. Okay, in 1G, the carrier frequency was very much of less amount, up to 30 kilohertz only. In 2G 200 kilohertz, in 2.5G 200 kilohertz, in 3G 5 megahertz, and in 4G 15 megahertz. Okay, the bandwidth requirement, it is obviously according to your carrier frequency fundamental. The bandwidth requirement from till 3G was 25 megahertz. In 1G there was no any bandwidth requirement because the data was analog form only, and in 4G the bandwidth requirement is 100 megahertz. Application, we also know that 1G was only used for voice call. In 2G, SMS and fax was introduced. In 2.5G, SMS, MMS and VPN was introduced. In 3G, mobile TV, video conferencing, voice over IP, all was introduced. Voice over IP means you are calling on WhatsApp, that is known as voice over IP. Okay. Then after in 4G, we are having all the fundamentals but at higher data rate. So the advantages in 1G, network element were simple and easy to use. In 3G, SIM and internet was introduced because the GSM was there. Okay, before that there was no SIM card fundamental. In 2.5G, SMS and MMS and higher speed network were introduced. In 3G, high quality, high security, high data rate. In 4G, very much higher speed with very much higher security. Okay, disadvantages. In 1G, the device were very bulky, very large size, the noise was there, the limited capacity, the less number of user were accommodated, there were poor battery life for your phone, there were no handoff mechanism. In 2G, the disadvantage is data rate was slower and network range was lesser. Okay, in 2.5G, data range of your network were still lower. In 3G, but it is having the high power consumption and high cost. In 4G, it is difficult to implement and have the complex hardware. Okay, you must have seen the 4G towers, the cylindrical form at many places. So this is not in curriculum, but just we are seeing for your knowledge the 5th generation of mobile technology introduced in 2019. Now basically we are moving forward to IoT, AI and augmented reality kind of fundamental, in which your 5G technology will be the base form. And the 5G technology is using 5G NR, that is new radio, along with the OFDM. OFDM is a kind of frequency division multiplexing with orthogonal fundamental. Okay, now OFDM is also a form of multiplexing and multiple access. So this is being used in a 5G technology. The characteristic, it can be used and extended up to 20 gigabits per second. Okay, and it is having the smaller frequency range, so there is lesser latency, and the bandwidth is very much of higher. We are having the ultra broadband connection, and the mobile broadband connection is very much of an enhanced level. Summary. In this lecture, we have learned about the 1G, 2G, 2.5G, 3G, 4G, and just the overview of 5G. And the most important difference between 1G, 2G, 2.5G, 3G, and 4G. Thank you. We will meet in our next lecture.